All right, so today is number 232, AY 232, minimal movements, lying on the side. Begin the movements in the imagination. Oh boy. Okay, we're getting it together here.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. This is ATM lesson 232, minimal movements, lying on the side, begin the movements in the imagination. So please lie on your back and extend the arms and legs. Do as we always do. This means to pay attention to how the heels are lying, to how the lower leg lies, to the difference between the right and left sides in the heels, the lower legs, behind the knees, in the pelvis, in the floating ribs above, in the lower back, between the shoulder blades, the elbows, and the shoulders. Pay attention to the whole length of the spine, from the tailbone, the pelvis, the lower back, higher up between the shoulder blades, the neck, and the head. Notice how you are making contact tonight, and compare the sides. Now, please lie on the right side. That means to place the left leg in front of the right on the floor. Extend the right arm in a continuation of the shoulder in front, with the palm upward, with the palm toward the ceiling. And now, with light movements, turn a bit. Lift the left arm and turn the head along with the hand a bit to the left. It doesn't exactly say it here, but I think you would start out with the left hand resting on and the left arm on top of the right arm. So you lift the left arm and turn the head along with the hand a bit to the left. Stay like this. Turn the head with the hand. This means the nose is approximately toward the ceiling. The left arm is hanging a bit backward. Your nose is approximately toward the ceiling, and the left arm is hanging a bit backward. Stay in this position. It says 2, continued, that was 2. Now, first in thinking, try in thinking, pay attention. Do not do a thing except think. Extend the right leg straight. In thinking means that it's not in the legs, but in the head, in the mind. Do not move the legs. At the same time, also think of lifting the head a bit from the floor. In other words, think of doing it so that the line of lying becomes this peculiar curve. The head is lifted and the leg is straight. Think of this a few times. You will see that this thought changes something in your body. Think that the right leg lengthens, becoming straight, long, and that you lift the head a bit. Slowly, slowly, think this many times. And now, with a tiny movement, lift the head. Lift the head with a tiny movement. This means it will be possible to increase it. If you lift the head until the limit, the movement is not tiny. A tiny movement means that it is possible to lift more. A tiny movement. Lift the head with a tiny, light movement. And now, with the same tiny, light movement, try to lengthen the right leg a bit. A light movement. Actually make it, the leg, longer. Actually, make the right leg a bit longer and at the same time, lift the head. Gradually extend the right leg completely, straight downward, while continuing to lift the head more and more easily with a very fine movement. Slowly, slowly try to lift a straight right leg. Lift the right leg and the head together with a tiny movement. Lift the leg and the head with the most delicate movement that is possible. The right leg is long and straight. Lift the head and leg together with a tiny, delicate movement. Pay attention to when air strives to come into the lungs. This means, when do you inhale? While lying or while moving? Slowly, you will see that it is much easier to inhale while doing nothing and exhale while lifting, while the chest shrinks due to movement. Slowly, slowly, listen to what happens in the right side of the chest. Which parts press to the floor forcefully while lifting the leg and the head? What leaves the floor when you stop the action? And then leave this and slowly roll back to your back, lie on your back and rest.
Hi, puppy.
Pay attention if it is possible to feel a difference in the contact of the body with the floor, or in the sensation of the body on the right side and on the left side. Pay attention to what parts or points you feel a larger, clearer difference. and then return to the right side to the same position. This means the left leg is in front. The right arm is extended forward to the right in a continuation of the shoulder with the palm upward. The right leg is long. And now, try to lift the right leg and the head from the floor. But now, do this with the help of the left hand behind the head. So the left hand will be behind the head. And continue to try to lift the right leg and the head from the floor. It is more difficult than one thinks. Lift the head with the nose to the ceiling. With the nose to the ceiling. With the nose to the ceiling, lift the head and leg with delicate movements. Mostly, pay attention to whether it is possible to allow the left elbow to turn left, so the left elbow moves away from the face. Slowly, the left elbow to the left. And of course, the nose is to the ceiling if possible. If it moves less, do not strain. Now pay attention. The great majority stops breathing while lifting the head. Those that I am talking to, I can see that they hold their breath. Slowly try to let air come out of the lungs while making the effort. First, the movement will become easier. The heart will not pound and the bending will be bigger. Lift the arm. Lift the arm, but have the elbow turn more and more to the left. Lift the elbow from the floor. Lift the hand, elbow, and everything, while the elbow turns to the left. With many, the left knee lifts from the floor a bit. Do not interfere with the lifting of the knee if it facilitates the movement, as long as you do not lift it intentionally. Leave this, lie on the back, and rest for a moment. As before, listen to the difference. Please return to the right side, to the same position. The left leg is in front and the nose turned to the ceiling. Let the left hand look to the ceiling and turn it the left hand backward to a more or less comfortable place. Not low, not low. That always is self-deception. Turn it a bit backward. This easy portion will increase by itself. Do not lower it to the floor. Now in this position, if you can, please turn the nose a bit further to the left. To the limit, but without force. Turn the nose, the face, a bit to the left, as close to the limit as they go without straining. In this position, fill the abdomen. Push the lower part of the abdomen forward, and then, to the extent possible, pull the abdomen in and expand the chest. Continue doing this movement slowly. Slowly at first. Push the lower part of the belly out, down toward the legs. At the same time, the chest shrinks by itself. Then reverse the movement. Expand the chest and pull the abdomen in. Now do this movement very fast, very quickly. It is possible not to breathe at all or to do the opposite. Let the breath do what it wants. That means to take quick breaths, staccato ones. And now make a few slow movements. Go back to turning the face a bit to the right and a bit to the left. Pay attention to whether you feel the end point. That point where it became difficult to turn your head a bit more to the left. That means you are making a larger turn to the left than before. It may even be a significant one. And now, in this position, place the left hand behind the head. Once again, the nose is to the ceiling while placing the hand. If possible, open the left elbow toward the floor or as far as it opens. Lift the head and the long, straight right leg from the floor. Pay attention if it lifts easier. If the head lifts more easily and higher by itself, with the same effort, or maybe even a smaller effort than before. Leave this, lie on the back, and rest for a moment. Return to feeling the difference you feel between the right and left sides. It is different in different parts of the body. One side feels that it is lighter and the other side heavier, but of course not everything on the same side. One part of the chest lies better. One part of the leg lies better. One arm lies better. That means one shoulder blade lies better. It is not equal on both sides. That means not everything which changed is on the same side. And if you're ready, return to the right side in exactly the same position. Turn the face to the ceiling. Pay attention. With the two arms, move them as if you are widening the arms and want to hug a very thick tree. This means the two arms are open and round at the elbows. In this position, with a very light movement, which will be difficult to do, so make a very delicate movement, lift the head along with the shoulders. Make the tiniest movement that is comfortable to do. The arms are wide, at least as wide as if to hug me. That means a very thick tree. Use the largest width of the arms. I see there are a few that truly estimate my size. The others do not estimate it correctly. Pay attention if it is possible for the right elbow to lift from the floor, that it could lift. There are those that do not estimate the difficulty. For them, the back is not sufficiently flexible. It is extremely difficult to lift the right elbow, and in brackets, shoulder from the floor. If you pay attention with everyone, it lifts a lot less than the other one, except for those whose shoulders completely lie on the floor. There are those whose right shoulder blade or right shoulder does not leave the floor at all. Try to lift the right elbow and arm. Those who find it difficult, lift the right hand from the floor and slowly the elbow will lift. Now continue doing the same thing, the same way, only now lift the right leg with everything else. There isn't any need to mention it. Air will come out of the lungs by itself, or the face will become red, and you will feel enormous effort in the whole body. Lift the right leg, the two arms, and the head. Then go ahead and lie on your back and rest for a moment. Once again, lie on the right side. Place the left leg in front. Open the arms again. Now, try with the right hand behind the head. Open the arm. The right hand goes behind the head. Like this, lift the head with the right hand. With the right hand, lift the head. The left hand will go down to whatever place it can. Whether you want it to or not, there should be a lot more movement to the left than it was before. With most, you can see that the left hand sinks to the floor by itself. There isn't any problem in lowering the left shoulder to the floor if the spine and neck are twisted without force. It is not completely in order with everyone, but it will be. Now slowly lift the head and the right leg. With the face and nose to the ceiling. The nose is oriented to the ceiling. In this position, lift the right leg and the head. Expel air. Stay for a moment in this strained position. This means to lift the head and right leg and stay there. Now place the left hand on the forehead. Try to roll the head with the hands from right to left. And there's a teacher's note here. The right hand is still behind the head. Roll it. Do not do something different. Roll the head between the hands. This means a free movement of the head between the hands. Roll the head between the hands. Do not turn the head, but roll it between the hands. The hands are flat, please. The two palms are flat, so the head rolls between the hands like a pencil rolling between the palms. Many know how to do this. There still are those for whom this does not work. Do not touch the whole palm to the head the whole time. Leave this for a moment. Lie on the back and rest.
Thank you. Okay. Have a good sleep.
Now return to lie on the right side as a minute ago, in exactly the same position, with the arms wide. Turn the face to the ceiling. Lift the right hand higher up on the floor. The right hand is a bit higher. Lift the right hand a bit higher in the direction of the head on the floor. This means to tilt the head to the left. The top of the head a bit to the left. Lift the hand a bit, if possible, to approximately 45 degrees in the direction of the body. Lift it on the floor. The right arm in the direction of the head on the floor. Now, with the left hand from above the head, get hold of the right temple. Pull the right temple so the upper part of the shoulders and head will move to the left. If possible, pull the head a bit on the floor to the left. Pay attention not to turn the face. Do not turn the face, but drag it. Hold the temple from above the head. Above the head. Catch the temple from above the head and pull the head to the left. Make delicate movements. Otherwise, you can tear and break. The face is to the ceiling. Pull the head to the left with a delicate movement many times. Remain to the left. Stay to the left. Stay in the extreme place to the left. Notice that the face and nose are turned to the ceiling in this place. And if not, come back as much as necessary so it is possible to have the face and nose turned upward toward the ceiling. In this position, fill the abdomen and push it out. And then feel the chest and pull the abdomen in. Stay in place the whole time in a position the most to the left with the nose to the ceiling. Continue doing this. And now make a few fast movements like this with the abdomen and chest. Slowly return the head to the middle. Place the right hand behind the head, the right hand behind the head. Extend the left arm to the left. Lift the head with the help of the right hand. Lift the right arm from the floor. Pay attention to where the left arm turns by itself. Where does the left arm go now? When going down, pay attention to whether the left shoulder or the left shoulder blade touches the floor as you return to the floor. With many, the left shoulder probably touches. With many, it still is not doing it. Leave this and rest. Now roll to your side, get up to standing, and walk around a bit.
I can't move. Oh my God.
Pay attention to how it is. Walk around and pay attention. Walk for a few seconds. Pay attention to which side it is comfortable to turn. Turn right. Turn left. Pay attention to the difference.
I don't know if I can walk.
Swing the body right and left. Pay attention to which side goes by itself and which does not. It will also show you the quality of a good movement. And when you're satisfied that you've done that, return to the floor and lie on the back. For a moment, close the eyes. First of all, in thinking, try to compare the sensation in the legs, the heels. Pay attention to the difference. In thinking, try to feel or sense the two more equally. The same in the heels, in the lower leg, behind the knees, in the pelvis, in the chest. Probably you now feel clearly that there is one side that lies differently from the other. In the spine, in the shoulders, in the arms, in the eyes, and in the face. In thinking, try to pay attention to the differences until the peculiar feeling is a bit less sharp. Now please lie on the left side. Place the right leg on the floor in front of the left. Extend the left arm to the side at shoulder height. As before, lift the right arm a bit up. The nose is to the ceiling. The nose is to the ceiling to the extent that it goes. Now, in thinking, don't do any movement. In thinking, lift the head and the left leg from the floor. In thinking, lift the left leg and the head from the floor. Now extend the left leg long. In thinking, lift it long like this, with the head together, a long left leg and the head. Think at least 3 times throughout the whole body. Pay attention to which places in the body press to the floor when you think this. Now place the right hand behind the head. Move the right hand behind the head and open the right elbow. In thinking, lift the head along with the leg. Let air come out of the lungs. Turn the right elbow to the right to the extent possible. Do not hold it close to the face. Now, also in thinking, expand the abdomen. In thinking, expand the abdomen and shrink the chest, and vice versa. Fill the chest and pull the abdomen. Now actually lift the head and left leg a bit from the floor. Place the left hand on the forehead. Lift the head and the left leg. Do not actually turn. Do this only in thinking. In thinking, roll the head with the hands. Teacher's note, the right hand is behind the head. So rolling the head only in thinking. Now actually, extend the right arm to the right and place the left hand behind the head. In thinking, try to lift the head with the left hand together with the leg. That's in thinking. In thinking, try to lift the head with the left hand together with the leg. Pay attention to the influence of the thought. With many, the right arm already goes down the same, or even better than after all the movements we did earlier. The left hand is behind the head. The left leg is long. In imagination, imagine that you are doing the movement, that you lift the head or the leg. Now take the arm, extend the left arm a bit above the head at 45 degrees, the left arm, the left hand, 45 degrees above the head in the direction up to the extent that it is comfortable to do. With the right hand, get hold of the left temple with the nose to the ceiling. Drag the head and shoulders to the right and stay there at the extreme position to the right. The most to the right that is possible without hurting. Stay there and in thinking, fill the abdomen and then the chest. Now actually try to lift the head with the right hand, with the right hand behind the head. Return to the middle and lift the head with the right hand. At the same time, lift the left leg in the air. Lift everything together. Pay attention to where the left hand is now, whether it is lying on the floor with everyone. And then please lie on the back. Pay attention to whether you still feel the body is different on one side from the other, or whether these 3 minutes of thinking made the new side feel stranger or more different than before, more than what we achieved in a full hour or 3/4 of an hour of work. Slowly get up to standing and walk around a bit. Pay attention to how it is. End of lesson.
End of lesson. That was so extreme.
You take a couple minutes to go ahead and walk around and sense how it's changed, how you've changed, how you feel, and then you can come back.
Or you can start your day and I'm going to go to bed.